Have you ever wondered how much bigger things will get in Star Citizen going forward? Not just ship-wise, but also in regards to weapons? Well, maybe I can answer some of those questions in this video, because not only do I have size 7 for you in comparison to the other guns, but also size 9 from the Javelin. And as if that wasn't ridiculous enough, we're also gonna try and find out how much they sell for at a station. So let's dive into it. So here we are in space, with all those weapons nicely lined up in front of us, and while it was a lot of work to get that done, as a man of science, I don't mind. So the one on top is a size 1 M3A laser cannon. It almost looks like I could hold it in my hand. The one below is size 3. And then we see size 4 right there. It's already significantly much bigger than any of the previous ones, and that is just the start, ladies and gentlemen. Then we have a size 5 weapon. That's, for example, what a Corsair or a Hercules can wield. And then we have Idris's size 7 underneath, making every other weapon look like a little toy in comparison. Now, something you should know: if you combined all these weapons into one ultra large one, it would still be smaller than the Javelin size 9. I'll show you in a second, but first, look, size 1, 115 kilogram, size 3, 200 kilograms. No way is that only 80% heavier. 280 kilogram on size 4, right? It doesn't really add up. Size 5, 340 kilograms, only 3 times heavier than the size 1, and then 419 on the size 7. I feel like the weight is not really representative here, and also the names of those weapons are incredibly confusing for comparing their size. But in any case, here we have the Javelin in front of us, and you can see there's 2 gun turrets with quad weapons on it. The one on top there and the one down below there, they can actually move back on a rail to fire backwards. And they have 4 times size 9 on them. And yes, we did shoot them off somehow, or somebody did, and we collected the size 9 weapon. I was gonna compare the Javelin sized turret just versus my Corsair, and then whoop, the Javelin jumped away. That was unfortunate, but here we are, size 9. Weirdly though, the weapon is still called M9A, which is the same name as the size 7, but it is size 9 with 600 kilogram. And if you think this only looks big because it's close to me, think again, because the weapon is actually already connecting with the Hercules over there, and I can't actually fit it inside. The weapon is so large, it almost doesn't go into the whole Hercules transporter ship. That is insane, man. I have placed it on top of the Hercules, and no, it's not closer to us. It's actually a little behind the Hercules in this case, and it looks ridiculous. This is just one of the size 9 turrets that the Javelin has 4 per turret. So basically 8 of those. And you see also in comparison a size 5 from the Hercules right there. Can you see it? Dude, the size 5 looks like a size 1. I managed to glitch. Achievement unlocked. I managed to combine the Hercules with a size 9 Javelin gun. Alright though, I'm ready for action. And so here, comparing size 5 versus size 7. Okay, what you see here on top of the Hercules now is the size 7 from the Idris. And if you look at this compared to the size 9, the size 7 actually looks like a dwarf, okay? And here we're mounting off the M7A, which is the size 5, again, confusing names. And also, this isn't where we stopped, right? We noticed that the Galderine repeaters on the Idris doing way too much damage. We understood that these Galderines are beefed up by like 300 or 400%. They do way too much damage. In one salvo, my Corsair shield is gone. No way that's normal. So we mounted these off of the Idris and tried to put it on our Corsair. And it didn't work. As soon as you unmounted the weapon from the Idris, you could no longer mount it anywhere else. But you can see I have this entire M2 filled with Galderine repeaters and M9As from the Idris. So yeah, let's go and sell these weapons. What do you think we're gonna get for all of those, right? I mean, this has to be worth something, right? I mean, these weapons can't even be purchased in the game yet. So they should sell for a ridiculous amount, right? You'd think. Also, is it just me? Why do we not have a size 6? We can buy size 6 in the game, but there is not a single ship, not concept, not existent, that actually has a size 6 weapon in use. It is so odd, right? So here we are with the M9A, and I first thought, what? 14,200,000? Woohoo! I'm freaking rich now. And then I realized, wait, that's the SCU size. That's the PSCU. It's like, it shows you the size of the weapon, how much volume it takes up in your ship when you try and store it. So it's not the value. The value is in fact, and hold yourself tight to something, guys, 1. That's right. We're getting 1 credit for it. Just 1. UEC. 1. For a weapon, although down there on the bottom it says 1,737 here for this one, but all the others, you see, if I sell them, it just says 1. Also, what's weird is that in this interface here, the size 9 from the Javelin, hold on, no. The size 9 was, we lost it, that's right. I couldn't actually sell the size 9 because I had a tractor beam bug where somehow it always said supporting, even though I was trying to, tractor it myself, and it would just never stop saying supporting on the tractor beam. And from that moment on, I had no more control, and the whole weapon was in complete desync. I even brought a friend with me for him to store it in my ship, and he stored it in my ship, and I couldn't actually see it in my ship. So it was gone, unfortunately. But judging by seeing that the size 7 from the Idris sells for 1 credit, I guess we can safely assume that the size 9 from the Javelin would also just sell for a single credit, which is ridiculous. Why do they do this, right? It's such a rare thing, such a special thing to have this weapon laying around and stealing it. But yeah, just 1 credit for it. So I guess I've answered a lot of questions. One question is still open though, while we're using the actual double size 7 man turret of the Idris here in this very moment. Seeing that it rakes in about 7,000 to 8,000 DPS with these 2 weapons, and that as a sustained DPS because it fires almost forever, how much do you think the size 9 of the Javelin will do? Let's just say 1 of those size 9s. I could very well imagine that a single one of them could do around 10,000 DPS. And while I do want to point out that this is speculation, at the same time it would fit somewhat into the step up that the existing guns do, right? And that's very interesting because as a size 9 anti-capital gun, it perhaps could travel slower and have a slower fire rate. Now 4 of those guns with 10,000 DPS each would be 40,000 DPS per each of those big quad turrets on the Javelin. And perhaps with a slower fire rate, maybe every 3 seconds, that would mean you open up with a volley of 120,000 damage when you get shot. It basically gets you 1 shot killed on most ships in the game. But that is just insane, man. Can you imagine? I'm really looking forward to that freaking Javelin gameplay once it comes around. I'm also going to make a video soon where I show you my fleet that I have gotten and explain to you why each and every ship mattered to me and why I thought it was important or interesting to have and to provide to my organization in the future. But yeah, so for now, let's leave it as that. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, consider subscribing, and yeah, catch you in the next video. Manny signing off. Bye-bye, my friends.